You're back again in the time loop as we join a group of our heroes who decided to well, their more or less their strategy is to just try and find Paradox by just combing all of the locations that they know the best. We just raced with Blossom at Brands Hatch. Now we have Monza. And next, I suspect maybe something like Barcelona, maybe Silverstone. In our race today, once again we have the governor. This time we've also got, I think that's a 1, so that would be Twin Mill, Ryan Storm, Nitori, Alex, Blossom again, 16 Angels, Sakuya again, okay. I mean, obviously, one of them is the 59 car, and that's not her. I don't know which is which, but I guess I will know if I look close enough at the car in 10th, and I pass it, and if that's the 58, then that's her. And I am playing as Monika for this one. Monika, Monza, they kind of sound like similar words. I almost just made out the number back there. Okay, yeah, it's Blossom in 10th. We have an appropriate amount of fuel in the car for this one, not 60 liters like I had before for whatever dumb reason. There is one hair in my face, please do not. Oh my good lord. Okay, Alex. You about got it there, buddy. And you're sitting right in the middle of the track. Not terribly convenient, Alex. Oh, hello. Suddenly Blossom moves over. Alright, well there's damage I didn't need. There's something on my leg. Considering I've already killed like 15 bugs this month, it really wouldn't surprise me. And Nittery's had an absolutely rapid start. Can we not, people? Oh, that's Sonic. I forgot about that. I think so, anyway. Oh, okay, well. You saved that, though. Oh, that's Shadow as well. I'm like... Oh. Well, thank you for that. Yeah. Some team we've got going here, guys. We can't even keep off each other for one lap. This is why I skipped the league race that I had here last week. I didn't do it because this track just doesn't work against people that aren't, like, you know, good at it. Clearly the same applies for AI that aren't good at it. So not only am I like multiple seconds off of everybody else on the grid, but I'm also like, well, you can't see it, but, you know, trust me, the car is damaged. You know, just take my word for it, I guess. Yeah. So I'm going to be going slower than I already would be. Okay, what is that brake bias? 61. There's no reason why the car just tried to kill me there whatsoever, but it did. Probably the aero damage, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. probably distributing the airflow unevenly, causing the car to, you know, want to destroy me. Head's still itchy. I still have ABS on, and to be honest, with the number of heavy braking zones and the things that have already transpired in this event, I don't care. I'm leaving it on. I'm already going to have to put in enough effort in this race just to even continue to see my opponents. I'm not going to do anything else. What lap times are they in? I am faster. Oh. I'm faster than at least the second half of the pack, but there's a front half that's just escaping. I would probably be faster, or at least like really close to everybody if I didn't have all this damage. It does help when two cars are contending with each other, because that slows them down and helps me get closer. Also, my right front tire refuses to get warm. Like, I'm even sliding around in a lot of these turns and the tire just isn't. Another good set of corners, and I should actually be able to get some slipstream off of the 15th place car, which will help to ease some of the damage troubles. No, I wouldn't exactly call that a great set of corners, but you're also beating even with the car in 15th isn't very impressive, especially considering how much they're dropping off of everybody else. I also didn't keep track of any names, so I don't really know if it's Shadow, Sonic, or Nittery leading the way, or somebody else. Yeah, I'm faster slightly than like the bottom three, but that's it. I was just not paying any kind of attention there. Well, I'm certainly to him now after that expedition. I have you now. Prepare to be put in last. Ooh. Never mind, I don't have you now, because Variante Ascari can kiss my ass. I will have you in the near future. Yeah, that's not exactly a legitimate lap time there at all. I'm going to be the first to admit it. Let's see if maybe I can actually stop for this corner this time. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not exactly a fan of the way I'm getting so close to you in the braking areas. God damn it, aero damage. I should be ahead of this guy. I have passed one car. And I've still got 15 or so minutes of this left to go. Glorious! Surprisingly enough, the AI seem less aggressive here than they were at Wet Brands Hatch. And this is the track where everyone's supposed to be like brawling like crazy and just throwing themselves at the opponent cars because of all of the heavy braking, but no, it was apparently Brands Hatch where you're not supposed to do any of that, and I don't know anymore, dude. I just don't. I'm just playing with the cards that I've been dealt in this race. And that apparently seems to include ignoring that second chicane because my car doesn't want to enter it. Weird set of corners in a GT car. They're not exactly simple corners in an F1 car, so yeah, they get only weirder here. I really have to wonder where I'd be in this race right now if I didn't get any damage. Like, even if I were still in the crash, if I didn't have the damage dropping me like 8-9 miles an hour per straightaway, where I would be. And also seemingly affecting how my car is also like gripping the road as well. Because I'm actually like the fastest car on the grid right now. That guy in fourth is the only one that's faster. And obviously the reason for that is because of the aero damage, you know, weakening my top speed. Okay. So I'm not quite sure where Bert has gone. I mean, I've got a run on you, but it's not gonna get me anywhere. Ah. I can get momentum on people, but the aero damage will eventually strip that away. Every time. Have momentum again, but it's not gonna get me anywhere, because here comes that aero damage. I still have some momentum. I can move forward and move aside and attempt. I need a little more room than that, pal. I really don't feel anything for pushing you out of the way. Alright, well, Monika is now breaking even. This is exactly where I started. Yes, argue. Fight amongst yourselves. It makes my job easier if you do so. I do often seem to be better at the AI, or at that one corner than the AI, but that seems to be about it. Now, so next up on the grid is 16 Angels, so I imagine isn't exactly pushing himself, considering there's really nothing at stake in this race other than just like saying like, oh hey, I won this. And, well, 16 Angels has definitely got very little left to prove when it comes to driving ability. Oh, what the heck? Let's see a replay of that. I would like to know what the world just happened there. Oh, Nidori is leading. Neat. Hurry. We got Sonic still hanging on to second. Lots of BMWs. Shadow looks for a move on that BMW, but nothing was there anyway. Blossom still hanging in 6th. Twin Mill 7th. Governor is in 8th, and Alex. And here's the one we're interested in. Ryan Storm gets absolutely trucked. Ignore the sounds. I do not have a choice. I'm not going to sit here and wait another minute and a half. What does that sound? So here we are. Seems kind of normal. Oh, the Ford GT ran him out of space, and he just... Yeah, there wasn't really a ton of room left for him. I mean, he didn't exactly assert himself either. He just kind of just avoided the Ford at all costs. And as such, we have this. You should have probably been on the brakes there to avoid slamming into 16 Angels, but that just makes me passing him all that much easier in a few moments, because he's gonna probably have more damage than I do. Oh yeah, you're done. Or so I would think anyway. Finish him! What the heck? Okay, I don't know why these guys were just so slow there. I'm not really sure what just happened. For a race, that means mostly nothing. This has been kind of weird. Hi, Alex. Ferraris aren't the most effective in a straight line, just like Alex's old Vulture usually was in a lot of games it appeared in. Made it. Barely, but I made it. I'm not convinced I'm going to be getting much higher than this, though. We're going to have 4 more laps, including the one we've just started. I finally made that without hitting either of the curbs, so that's a thing. Also, you need to be wary of the way the AI take that corner compared to me. They're going to want to stick it in there, or they're going to want to send it in there, and I tend to, you know, take it like a normal person. You know, braking before it rather than in it. Which is kind of how you're supposed to turn, you know, supposed to do it, but the AI just don't care. Alright. I am kind of curious why those 4 were so slow out of the Scary, but it's too late to figure it out now. I'll just take it and run. Well, my league never ended up doing Monza in the Endurance Championship, where I run the Corvette. However, if we did, I would have quite a bit of confidence, because even with the damage, I'm still relatively fast here. That looks interesting. See, Alex just backed all the way out of it, letting the Ford get ahead. He probably saw what he'd done to Ryan Storm and just didn't want to risk his car, or anything else for that matter, in trying to fend him off. So just leave it to me then instead, Alex. It's not really being a team player there. Not that that was really his strongest area, per se. He has a lot of strong areas. Cooperation, arguably isn't not one of them. Not one of them. Oh, come on, me, you're better than that. The cooperating is not one of those strong areas. Okay, if I'm like about to spin every time I go into that corner and every time I go out of it, why are my tires still cold? What in the world is happening? What kind of nitrous did you put in your car? You think I wouldn't deal with you like that? Well, this has got a bit less of a reputation than Alex. I don't really care if I'm gonna have to move a bit of weight around to keep a hold of my relatively meh position. Although probably not far from building one of some kind, considering I've just passed half the field with a car that's noticeably damaged and is considerably harder to control than is normal. And, you know, somebody with a lack of experience getting around Alex with little to no resistance. I mean, yeah, I caught Alex because of what was happening in that weird little pack of 4. But as far as I can tell, his car wasn't damaged. He should have been able to fight back if he wanted to, so either he just didn't try, or Monika just totally caught him sleeping. I don't remember the names anyway. I don't know why I even tried to look. The headlights are still on, as we now approach the final lap of the race. I'm afraid it is not that simple. That wasn't even, like, forceful or aggressive. That was... I mean, he bumped me a little, I bumped him a little bit in that one, so that's just me going further. I see your desperation there, Mr. GT. And we'll have to see which, who it was that won. I was checking to see the names. I didn't know if Bittery was still leading or not. This man doesn't seem very keen on... Well, now he does, all of a sudden. Now he's like, alright, I will cool down. Oh, why am I even still doing it? And yes, the winner was still Nittery. Despite the prior experience that Sonic has with this track, it just wasn't enough. Shadow ends up 5th. Blossom 6th, Twin Mill 7th, Monika 8th, Alex 10th, this Yahoo 9th, Governor 12th, Ryan Storm still got 13th. Despite the immense damage. He still got ahead of 16 Angels in the end, the person that ran into him as he was returning to the road. Well, he certainly came here to race, I'll say that much, my word.